grab some mosquito spray out of your garage. Gonna head out to the forest, high up on the ridge. Straight up gonna forage, move over just a smidge. I'm searching for a fungus, I'm searching for a trip. A mushroom so humongous, one that'll make you flip. Heard they pop up in the morning after a gentle rain. The birds are swarming, you can turn it into a game. Search where you don't expect them. Search where they don't expect you. Search under the leaves. Search there right by you. Hey, I think I found one. Oh, I think I found two. Here's one for me. Here's one for you. Guitar. Solutions. I feel like a crystal fountain. I'm traveling through a vortex, moving at the speed of sound. Tony wears vortex. Sure as the world is round, I'll leave you to enjoy my chip, 'cause life is real. The world is my toy, and the mushroom was my meal.
May they all burn in hell. Kiss my ass. You are a disgusting lawyer. Period.
You always be weaker than mine.
Holy dog shit! We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
From Metro Detroit, this is HBL Radio Nation.
Yes, caught me without my headset on there, and caught Di without hers as well. But thank you so much for joining us today. We are here to entertain you and to inform you and to
shoot the shit,
make you think, shoot the shit with you, maybe piss you off a little bit, but hopefully make you leave knowing that there are friends out there that think similar ways that you do or that told you to fuck off tonight. Either way, we are HBL Radio Nation. I'm Brian P. Gallagher.
And I'm Diane Russell.
Yes, and that was a lengthy intro probably because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I told him I can't smoke that shit tonight. It makes me blind. Elizabeth, I just want to say
cure for asthma.
I was looking for your contact info on New Year's Eve so we could invite you to our little party that we were having. And I couldn't because you're in the middle of the country and everybody I know is either on the East Coast or the West Coast.
What's up, poor?
Colorado, Mountain Time would have been great. So forward your info to hblradionation@gmail.com. That's where you do it. All right. Steve from Scotland in the house. Brian wants to show you his t-shirt.
Thought you'd like that one, Steve.
You have to explain to everybody else who it is because they don't know.
That's it's a t-shirt from John Carpenter's anthology tour. It is from Escape from New York, and it is a combination of Snake Plissken and the Statue of Liberty kind of meshed into one icon there. It's a real unique shirt, and I really like it.
And I asked who Snake Plissken is, and
She did.
apparently it's
She
a character
did.
in the
She's lost
movie, and
all
because I
of
don't
her
know,
movie cred
he's like escape,
forever and
nice.
ever. Amen. Yes, it is. What an asshole. Yeah. That's Snake. Yeah.
Tony's already starting in with the drops. All right, I keep losing my headphones.
I
have a bad cord here, and it's gonna piss me off.
Well, we've had a lot of things go on this year, so we're going to hit you with a not so bummer number up front because it is the 4th day of the year, and we have had only our 4th mass shooting, which means we are only at 50% of the rate of last year so far, where we had an average of 2 shootings per day. So far, we're having an average of 1 per day. Let's see if we can keep it up, America.
Woo!
Yay! It's like that giant sign, 0 days since the last mass shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's down to 0 days since the last mass shooting. Every
we
time.
woke up to Iowa shooting today. Funny that the Iowa.
Not funny, haha.
Well.
Funny, strange.
Funny, strange that the Republicans are there, running. And do you think any of them are going to say one damn word about gun laws or gun control or anything like that in Iowa? Hell no.
Hell no.
They're just going to keep running on their same NRA talking points and keep getting their fucking fat checks.
They're going to keep telling everyone that the Civil War was really about the difference in the colors of uniform than the colors of people's skin. That's what they believe it to be.
Nikki Haley's fucking statement
Nikki Haley is
just,
a psycho.
Oh
Nikki Haley is completely psychopath.
People, wake up. I know everybody in the chat here knows, but God.
How can you not know the Civil War was about slavery? Was the Revolutionary War
it's
about
like 8th grade history class.
Our revolution? I mean, how dumb do you have to be? She probably thinks the War of the Roses was about roses. Come on, that was gold. That's comedy gold.
Oh my God, he just shit himself.
It's.
I don't know. We're backwards with this comedy gold over here.
The stupidity and the hypocrisy and the gaslighting and the projection and everything has been super, super duper off the hook. And I think it's because the release of the Epstein list came out. But I want to get to a lot more shit before we even get there.
We already said
because
that's going to be on
that's going to take up a lot of the show. So I want to hit some other points before we even go there.
Want to poke around it?
I want to poke around it for now because there's a lot to be said.
That's very appropriate.
Excuse me. We started the week with Russian bombs falling in Poland territory because it overshot Ukraine. Now,
Yes.
Poland,
Whoopsie-doodle.
Poland's been going, yeah, we're kind of itching to get into this. We would love to, like, help Ukraine, but we can't right now because they're not NATO, and but they are kind of like we are. But
Poland's
they
the guy.
they want to send in their troops to help fucking Ukraine, and when they send a bomb into NATO territory, and even though, you know, eastern Poland is like total farmland, so it probably didn't hit anything or kill anybody. It doesn't matter. A bomb landed in their fucking property, right? So it's like they've been itching to get in because they know if Ukraine falls that they're next.
Poland is basically a military guy who there's a bar fight going on and he goes to protect his girlfriend, and somebody in the fight spills their drink on his girl. So now they're going to come into the fight and they're just going to wipe everybody. they're going to come in with some serious military force.
And so a
lot more than Ukraine has been
and
able
by
to
the way,
cobble together.
How quickly did this fucking story slip from fucking news? How quickly did the 10-inch binder of fucking secret documents that Trump stole disappear from the news?
What about the Red Sea situation? What's happening in the
fucking
Red Sea today? I mean, that's I think, something
But
that
see,
we
I
might be
don't
trying
really
to get
cover
distraction
international stuff. I'm more covering home stuff, and so I mean, what happened in the Red Sea today? Because you have to enlighten me. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. I think that they're trying to cover up a bunch of things that are happening in the Red Sea. We've had a lot of activity in the Red Sea. We've the Houthi.
They are covering around? Who's they?
Us, the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Air Force have ships there.
Covering up for a reason, like you know what I mean? Or
because it's getting more heated there than they want the American people to know. Is what's happening. I mean, we've seen missiles come over that we've had to intercept.
Yeah.
We've intercepted various ships, and by we, I mean the U.S. Navy. Yeah. All kinds of activity has been going on over there, and we don't even know what happened today. It's not a big news story, and that's the point.
American troops are still getting hit in Syria, and I know that too. And it's but we have enough fucking problems right here in our own fucking...
I got a problem to talk about right here, right now, right here in River City. Not really in River City, but right here where we're at in Michigan. Mm-hmm. The Michigan G.O.P. has elected as their leader, and this is years ago that they did this, 2 years ago that they did this, Kristana Karmano. And Kristana Karmano is like this crazy conspiracy nut. And since she's been elected, there have been fundraising issues. There's been lack of transparency. She has been kicking people off committees who refuse to just agree with her every whim.
Right.
So they're trying to meet and have her step down. She refuses to step down and says that the GOP cannot oust her unless she chairs the meeting that would cause her to be ousted, which is insane, but so much fun for a Democrat to sit back and watch happen.
Speaking of Michigan representative, a state rep Josh Shriver says that as an elected Freudian slap there, because if you saw the picture of this guy, you would be like, oh, come on. Anyway,
you'd want to lick him. He's electable.
Negative. Not for me. Anyway, state Michigan rep Josh Shriver says, as an elected rep, he has been appointed by God to ensure that his state is not only great, but godly. And I work for God, not for man.
Let's throw him in Lake Michigan, and if he can make Lake Michigan, then God's on his side. If he can't, then he's a witch and deserves to drown.
Okay. I was like, then become a preacher instead of a state representative.
Why not? You don't have to pay taxes that way.
You're hallucinating. If you think you've been appointed by God. No, you're an elected official. People
Anybody
elected
that says
you.
God, talk to them. Yeah.
Oh, God. Right? Like, and that's why I say, ooh, God, instead of, oh, God.
Yeah.
Ooga. I can't stand these people.
Ooga.
Ooga.
There you The Claxton.
I can't with these people. They're delusional.
Yeah.
And
They're funny,
literally
though.
want to.
They're funny in a...
It's funny to an extent.
In a challenged
except they
way.
didn't take your fucking rights away. They took mine.
Oh, they're trying to take everybody's rights away, but yeah, I'm all for you that they started taking your rights away, and that's enough for me. That's enough for me to be against them, right there.
I know.
Women should have the same rights everybody else has. Everybody should have the same rights. It should be an equal rights aspect.
So I want to blow through this too. If Bobo gets reelected, I mean Bobo handjob, the chick that jerked off
to another district.
The chick that jerked off your second cousin.
Yes. Way to go, cuz.
Seriously, dude.
Yeah. Way to take one for the nation.
If she gets reelected,
it's a messy job, but somebody had to do it.
If she gets reelected to one more term, she will get a full pension and full benefits from U.S. taxpayers.
Well, what's going on?
If she moved from the 3rd district to the 4th, it doesn't matter.
What's going on with the other Republican in the 4th who doesn't want to give up his shot? I mean, isn't he like
Ken Buck's district?
Is he moving to the 3rd?
Don't you remember last week's show where he was calling her skank and all this stuff?
That's why I'm asking. What happened?
I don't know, but he's not giving up, and I don't know what's happening. I mean,
so she might not be a shoo-in on this. She might not
pound
win.
on the table,
Sorry.
But yeah,
she might not win this thing.
You think people in Joe Bucks County are gonna fucking
I have no
Ken
idea.
Bucks County are gonna fucking vote for a woman, and Colorado's absolutely embarrassed of her, and that she's gonna walk away from the 3rd district to hand it to Adam Frisch?
Watch your language talking about her.
What?
She hands a lot of things.
Okay, yeah, but that's what guys think. That's how you sick fucks think. You and your sick fucking minds.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
All right, so Maine has now declared that Trump is ineligible to be on the ballot for the 13th, the 14th Amendment Insurrection Act. Yeah.
It's because Stephen King told them you're all fucked if you don't. So they took care of it.
The right has already started attacking the Secretary of State. And, yeah. So we know that Cheeto shirt is like throwing his army at, what's her name? Sheena Bellows? Yeah.
Yes.
Secretary of State. I mean, he is a stochastic terrorist. He says, go after these people. Yeah. His little minions.
The Diaper Don needs to try to order everybody around.
Yeah.
And that's just his bullying technique, and it's starting to not work anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful part. Everybody knows that a bully, gets to some point where they have to slow down, and it's not going to work for him anymore.
If it's working on anybody, it's working on people who are already in the cult, and they're like, oh, yeah. Donald Trump is still the president, and we have 2 armies, and one is a good army, and one is the bad army. And, Joe Biden's just a puppet.
The Joe Rogan
Donald Trump show is over.
The Joe Rogan video of him talking about how stupid Biden is and how Biden needs to step down if he's mentally incapable of knowing that
because he said there
were
no airplanes during
the revolution, and it turns out it was Trump, and then they played it was Trump, and then he just says,
yeah.
oh, well, clearly he just fucked up.
Yeah, we covered that last week.
I know we covered it last week, but that's what we're up against.
It's the hypocrisy.
That type of a cult.
It's the hypocrisy when they're like, oh, it's a shrug when Trump does it.
If it's my guy.
But it's like, oh.
It's not that he was fucking joking. He was joking about having sex with all those underage girls. What the hell?
God, don't even go there yet. We will get there, motherfucker. Trust me.
Walking around backstage at Miss Teen USA.
I know. We will get there. We will get there.
Disgusting fuck.
So, also, this was really big deal, and I think that it really went under the radar because there was so much other shit going on, and you don't see it on MSNBC. You don't see it you only see it in people who are covering Jack Smith and what's going on over there.
We see it on shows like this where we smoke joints on the air.
Yeah, and drink
An
beer,
indictment.
and then we try to talk about fucking
You're one.
legal shit, right?
It's in my
So
legal
the
advice.
chances of these being
You are a disgusting lawyer. Period.
Very appropriate.
the chances of these being hypothetical examples are 0. Jack Smith has the receipts. And in a legal brief or whatever they fucking call it, I don't
Brief,
know what they
yep,
call it.
yep.
Oh, well, you're the legally here. You should be fucking reading this.
Legal
You are a
brains, yeah,
disgusting
makes sense.
lawyer. Period.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Tony.
In his view, of course, Trump, a court should treat a president criminal conduct as immune from prosecution as long as it takes the form of correspondence with a state official about a matter in which there is a federal interest, a meeting with a member of an executive branch, or a statement in matter of public concern. That approach would grant immunity from criminal prosecution to a president who accepts a bribe in exchange for directing a lucrative government contract to the payer, a president who instructs the FBI director to plant incriminating evidence on a political enemy, and a president who sells nuclear secrets to a foreign adversary.
Nuclear.
I said nuclear.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Because
words.
each of these scenarios, the president could assert that he has simply executed the laws or communicating with the Department of Justice or discharging his powers as commander-in-chief or engaging in foreign diplomacy. Under the defendant's framework, the nation would have no recourse to deter a president from inciting his supporters during a State of the Union address to kill opposing lawmakers, thereby hamstringing any impeachment proceeding to ensure that he remains in office unlawfully. Such a result would severely undermine the compelling public interest in the rule of law and criminal accountability. Now, hold on, let me just finish what I want to say.
Sure.
That's his statement. What I read before that is that all the lawmakers are saying there's no way he would have used these examples if he didn't have the fucking receipts. We already know about a few, right? Accepts a bribe in exchange for directing a lucrative environment or government contract. Now, that could be when Russia was, Russia was helping him get into office and covering up all his fucking crimes and all his money and Deutsche Bank and all that shit, right? We got evidence, to plant evidence on a political enemy. That's Hunter Biden's laptop. That's fucking pretty goddamn fucking clear. But a president who sells nuclear secrets to a foreign adversary. That's why I brought up the 10-inch, binder. And also, the first week he was in office, he gave Israeli intelligence to the Russians. And they said that was nuclear secrets. They said he had nuclear secret documents at Mar-a-Lago in his goddamn shitter.
This is common sense, and we know this to be wrong. But what
do you
his
mean,
defense,
common sense, and we know this to be wrong?
It's common sense to know that what he did was wrong.
Oh, sure.
But the defense that they've put up is not whether or not it's wrong. The defense that they currently have up against this is whether or not he was speaking to those people on January 6th and riling them up as a presidential act, or whether he did it as a treasonous act.
Yeah.
Their defense is that he did it as a presidential act, and therefore part of being a president is that he should
inciting
get
an insurrection.
immunity. He should get immunity against anything that people did based on what he was saying. It's not. It's a thin line.
It's not a thin
for
line.
that to
it would
possibly
give,
make
it would give
make it through.
a president inciting his supporters during a State of the Union address to kill his opposing lawmakers.
I'm saying it's a thin line
hamstringing
he's
any
gonna work.
impeachment.
Yeah.
Ensuring that he remains in office unlawfully.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not going to work. His defense currently is not going to
It
work.
would undermine the rule of law and criminal
But
accountability.
It's
Literally,
up to the Supreme Court.
Look,
that
if he had immunity, Richard Nixon wouldn't have had to fucking resign.
He didn't have the Supreme Court.
I don't care.
Oh,
He wouldn't have had to resign if presidents had immunity. Big.
I'm with you 100%. Immunity. The immunity clause that he's claiming is absolute bullshit and should not float.
And
but he's taken it all the way to the Supreme Court, which he already bought.
He keeps fighting it and delaying it and fighting it and delaying it.
Because I like beer. I like to drink beer with Scooter and Pooter and Pig. All there up there at the frat. And we get drunk and we have a nookie cookie.
We'll get there.
It's over.
That Kavanaugh piece of shit.
So then,
asshole.
all week we've been hearing the Republicans going, "Let the voters decide regarding the 24 election."
Yep.
Well, guess what? The voters decided in 2020, and then Trump led an insurrection and broke every fucking law there is known to goddamn man to fucking remain in fucking power. And
based on what they did with George W. back against Gore, right? HW against Gore, wasn't that it?
Well, the Supreme Court decided
it was W against Gore. It was W against Gore in Florida.
The Supreme Court decided that Bush was president,
Yeah.
not the voters.
Yeah.
You know when the voters decide is when we get rid of the fucking electoral college and we have the fucking popular vote only. So fucking you, when Republicans are waving around, let the voters decide. Let the voters decide. When you have the electoral college, you have your gerrymandering, you have your voter suppression, you have all this fucking bullshit.
Fucking you is copyright 2024.
May they
HBO
all
radio.
burn in hell.
Yeah.
May they all burn
Because
in hell.
as you see, it makes an H. I'm just saying, HBL is all in there. It does.
It does. It's
so
true.
it's our patented thing.
It's
so
true.
fuck NU if you're going to use that. That's ours.
No, I'm just sick of
Just give
everybody
us
going,
credit.
and let
That's
the
all. We
voters
just did.
decide. Well, we decided. We kicked his ass out, and he didn't want to leave.
And you know, the funny thing is if you look at the top complaints that conservatives have in 1952, they are the same complaints that they have now, about minimum wage. Oh, it'll be unaffordable. If you give them more than 10 cents an hour, it'll be unaffordable for anybody to eat outside.
I mean, not in 52, but what I'm saying is
29
that,
cents a gallon.
No,
I may as well leave the Cadillac
they
inside
lost
the garage.
their main election win, and that was running on being anti-abortion. They've lost that battle now. And where are they?
Yeah.
They're at the border creating a crisis. And
If we can't own black people,
there's a
can we
new
at least
caravan coming down here.
Force women to do shit we want them to do.
All these babies and these children who are coming over the border, they're really intimidating.
You like the house? It's real nice, isn't it? You see that? That's the menstruating shed for the women during their unclean time. That's the kind of people that talk like that
Illinois
that have that kind of
voters,
shit going on.
latest challenge of Trump's eligibility under the Constitution. So now Illinois is going.
Illinois
is jumping in after
coming
it.
up against it.
Good.
Go for it. That's fine. You know, I think that's without him being convicted of that first. I think it is a bit of a stretch to do that, and I think that we could still beat him even if he's on the ballot in those states. But good on you, go for it.
It's just scary. I don't like walking up to the cliff's edge and just barely teetering off of it. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm sure other people around the country don't feel that way. Everybody in our chat doesn't fucking like that feeling.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of
everybody
being
felt
on
Michael Rappaport when he got out. No more do I have to wake up every day. What did he fucking do? What did he fucking say? You know, he had that whole thing going, and that was very true. There was a relief that he wasn't in charge anymore.
But now we're finding out what he actually did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And it's even scarier than we thought.
We thought some pretty scary shit, too.
Well, we thought it. And
it was worse.
We kind of knew what was going on. We were like, yeah, he has the capability of selling our secrets to all our adversaries. So, yeah, maybe we should, tamp it down on the presidential briefings. Jesus Christ.
All you have to do is you just have to show up with an x-ray machine right above my ex-wife's grave, and you just have to walk over it with an x-ray machine, and you get all the secrets you want. I'm just saying.
It's like... We just, for like 4 years, we watch him crime over and over and over and over and over again, literally on TV. And then...
It's a witch hunt.
And then...
It's all a witch hunt if it's a
after
get
he
me.
left the office, now we've got all this paperwork and lawsuits and all the finding out the real crimes. And
it's all political
and
witch
by the
hunt
way,
if
by
it's
the
a
way,
get me.
Brazil's Bolsonaro gets a 8-year election ban, and that was in June.
Yeah.
It took him like 3 months to reach their conclusion, and we're still screwing around, pretending it didn't happen on national television. And I just go, it's the media who keeps treating him, normalizing him, going, oh, yeah, he's got 91 indictments, but, oh, who cares? Oh, he's been convicted of sexual abuse. Oh, who cares? He's the victim. He's not the victim. He's a rich, spoiled fucking brat who lost all his fucking money, who raped multiple women.
Yeah.
We know this already, and I'll still get to it. Don't forget.
And there's a picture of him in a onesie.
If you attempt a coup, you're going to face some fucking consequences, you piece of shit.
Yes.
And he should, especially in this country.
Yes.
Where there's a 14th Amendment, where it says...
Well, there's also laws about
that,
not having sex
be...
with underage girls. So,
well, yeah, of course.
So that's a big thing. Especially when they're yours. Oh, did I go there? That's satire. Hi.
Maggie Haberman is reporting that Trump is worried SCOTUS will not reverse his disqualifications in Colorado, Maine, and Michigan, and future states that do it. Reading between the lines, that means that Trump has been trying to make contact with some of the members of the Supreme Court, and his calls are not being answered because they don't want to decide on this. They know that they're going to get the same fucking treatment. They're going to get the same treatment Chutkin and Engoron are going to get if they rule against him. Yeah. So I think they're going to be like, no, we'll pass it down to the appeals court.
Fucktard.
Yeah.
Fucktard.
You guys know the law, don't ya? Oh my God.
There you go.
So the other thing I saw too that really bugged me about all of this was an enormous amount of legal analysts being offered about Section 3 of the 14th Amendment is being colored by the analysis fear of how Trump and his supporters would react in an adverse 14/3 ruling. That's not the law. It's allowing oneself to be intimidated by mob rule. Absolutely. But you think, wait a minute, you're going to tell me the Supreme Court of the United States is not compromised and they're not being bullied into fucking making decisions? Come on, people.
We can find out. We just need to talk to their boss. Somebody get Ginny Thomas on the phone. Jenny Thomas, let's get Jenny
God.
Thomas on the phone. She's the boss of the entire Supreme Court, so let's make that happen.
You're gonna tell
Tony?
me? You're gonna really? Wait, hold on. I lost all fucking sound.
Of course you did. You
I
pulled the
clapped my
damn
hands and
cable
pulled
out.
the fucking, yeah, I did it. I did it.
You did. There you go. Are you back in?
No,
Can
it's
you
not
hear me
working.
now? Nothing. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
If you can't
Well, I
hear
guess
shit
I
and
don't-
you know it, clap your hands.
Yeah, I guess I don't need it. But no, I'm sorry. It's like fucking. At least there's some good fucking judges out there who, yeah, they're taking the heat and they're getting some fucking lot of shit for it. But look at Judge Loose Cannon down in fucking Florida, who keeps giving in to him.
Yes.
And look at his ball sack and letting it fucking, letting it push by. You know.
Very
Come on,
poetic.
people. I just can't. I can't with this.
Yeah. I wish you didn't, 'cause especially with the ballsack part.
It's so infuriating. I can't hear you because you have your mouth, your hand covered.
Yeah.
I
well-
can't hear you now because I can't hear you.
Well, can you plug it in?
No, I can't.
Plug it in,
It's not
plug
working.
it in. So, one thing that Di really wants you to know is that you should like and subscribe to us everywhere on all the social medias.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
Wonder if some
Can you hear
old
me now?
headphones.
Hello,
No,
hello,
I can't
hello.
hear shit.
Hello, hello.
So
Hello, hello,
don't
hello.
worry about it.
Hello, hello. Okay, so...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I gotta hear you from here. Well, let's go through this story before we get into the Epstein.
Right, so let's go through the next bit, yeah?
Well, just because it's short, and maybe we can find out a
Right.
little figure. You know, Tony's
Right.
working on it already.
Yep.
Grand Old Party State Senator Dusty Hockert
It sounds like a wrestler.
South Dakota
Are you sure he's not a
reportedly-
wrestler?
reportedly got shot in the foot this morning by his 6-year-old son, who was playing with an AR-15. Hockert got him for Christmas to, quote-unquote, own the libs. If you're giving a 6-year-old an AR-15, I think you should be reported to Child Protective Services.
You know, I hate to clap for that because I know that kid is going to have to deal with psychological issues for his entire life because he just maimed his father. And, you know, he's just a pawn in this whole amosexuals thing about, like, you know, giving guns to... I'm going to own the libs by giving my kid a gun. And your kid does something tragic. And it's not just tragic as to what your kid shoots.
He's
It's
lucky
tragic that
he
your
didn't
kid
get
shot it. Your kid
killed.
is now screwed up in the head for the rest of his life.
He's lucky he didn't get killed.
That little girl...
An AR-15 just doesn't go off just once. Like, psh.
Did you ever see the 6-year-old girl that they gave an Uzi to at a firing range? And there's a instructor out there with her, and she just pulls the trigger and it goes up. She takes him out right there, and that little girl has to deal with the rest of her life
Because they gave her a gun she cannot control.
because they gave her a gun.
She doesn't
Full
have
stop.
Yeah, it's not like she.
Full
you
stop.
think she's
They gave
got
a
the
6-year-old a
muscle.
gun. Full stop.
She weighs less than the gun.
The amosexuals piss us off
It's
here
so
at HBO
fucking
Radio
dumb.
Nation.
I can't.
It's not. It's insane.
Oh
It's
my
nutty.
god, I can't with these fucking people, man. I wish they would wake up.
Wake up. So,
Wish they would wake up from their fucking horse shit things that they get in their head, like, oh yeah, the government, the tyrannical government's gonna come after us. Guess what? The tyrannical government could take your house out without hitting your neighbors.
and we just did.
They can hit you in your car. They know where you are because of your cell phone, not because of your vaccine, you dumb fox. God damn.
PFC skiff fuck, do you have them on radar?
Yes, sir.
Press the button, skiff fuck.
Pressing the button now, sir. They are obliterated.
Yes.
Anybody that thinks that you need a gun to hold your own against the government, The government doesn't need to know your name. They don't need to look at you. They're just going to take you out. I mean, come on. Did we not learn anything from, Edmund Bundy or any of the others?
Thank you, Tony. I don't know if you heard about the shooter today, but the shooter today posted something on fucking...
I'm just messing with you because you put your headphones back on.
The shooter today at Iowa posted something on TikTok before he went out and shot all these people in Iowa high school.
Yes.
And some other kid said, I'm right there with you, brother. I'll be doing it next. Da 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 da. So a bunch of people from TikTok reported him to the FBI. This kid should be getting a knock on his fucking door within 24 hours. Being like,
24.
Yeah.
No, 4.
Yeah.
Should be 4 hours. Tops.
Well.
Get the fucking kid out of there. Come on. If he potentially has, weapons and shit. Kids shouldn't have weapons, period. Done. End of story. Full stop. Shouldn't have them. They can't handle the response. Well, she broke up with me because she looked at Jimmy. If you have access to a weapon, you're going to go kill Jimmy. That ain't cool. And that's not appropriate. You need to deal with that shit.
Yeah, you know what's so funny?
Without weapons involved.
No, it's not funny. I keep saying, you know what's so funny? And I don't mean to say
You
funny.
mean it's what's so strange. That's why
ironic
I brought it up before.
or whatever. Yeah. When I was a kid in high school, I had all these fucking problems. In junior high, I had all these fucking problems. Jimmy broke up with me, and these people said shit about me, and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. Like every other kid goes through, right?
No, fuck that. I'm a cool guy.
There was guns. There was guns in my house. Lots of guns. Did I ever once think about picking one up and going to school and taking out my fucking classmates? Negative. Never thought of it once. Not once.
Negative.
Never, ever, ever once.
I say I'd show up with a car that would waste everybody in the parking lot.
Never once went there.
Oh.
It just amazes me that how it's like all these kids just immediately go there. Well, my parents have guns. Maybe I could just steal their gun and take out all my classmates at school. Oh yeah, that's a brilliant fucking idea.
Right. Sorry, I got this alfalfa thing going. I don't know what that is.
I know. You have a weird 80s haircut today.
And I run so far away. For some reason, I always want to do that with a German accent. So many things.
Yeah. Well, now I want to get into...
So many things going on. Trump's different appeals. The ridiculous appeals that he's thrown that are the complete opposite of, they shot, they being SCOTUS, shot down our boy Jack Smith's
to skip the appeals
attempt
court.
to skip the appeals court, federal appeals court. They said, no, you got to go through there, allowing Trump to delay. But now Trump is asking them to step in, bypassing the federal appeals court.
Oh.
If they take it up, that is a big foretelling of that, they're going to vote for him. They're going to get, they're going to make it go away.
He's basically begging the Supreme Court to rule in his favor or else.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you're going to get the same treatment Chutkin and Engeron are getting.
Here's the thing.
Because right now, I haven't sicked my fucking sycophants on you. But you will get the same treatment, and you will get death threats, and your children, and your husbands, and your wives, and all of them will be at risk. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's husband. How about the judge that her son and her husband were shot? Son was murdered. I mean, this shit has been going on for a long time, people.
Our biggest
hope. The stochastic terrorism has been going on for a long. Every fucking shooter has a manifest. He's talking Trump talking points.
Our biggest hope, I think, is right now with SCOTUS is that they are more power hungry than they are sycophants to Trump.
If
they're more power hungry and they want to stay where they're
at. If they
at,
say he's got immunity,
and
they are cutting their own
they might know
dicks
that.
off.
That they might know that. They might not want to cut their dicks off at this point.
Nose to spite their face, or whatever fucking other fucking analogy you want to use.
Whatever you want to say. They might not want to cut their own throats at this point.
Losing their own power.
Yeah. They might not want to cut the marionette threads entirely, but if they can maintain the power, because they can't be taken out,
dude,
right?
They're so compromised.
How can you get rid of a SCOTUS? You can't, right? You can't get rid of a SCOTUS member. So, like, once they're in until they retire or die.
They can be impeached like fucking Clarence Thomas should be.
Yeah, but it's not happening.
I know, because John Roberts won't do it in his head because he's fucking a little pussy.
So if they hold on to that, and if they're like, okay, but this asshole who put us into this play that we have more power than he has, we're not going to let him show that he has power over us.
They were put in power to do one thing and one thing only, and that was overturn Roe. All this other fucking shit.
You're right. Yeah. But now they're in a place where it's like, well,
now they're
we're living the lap of luxury.
Let's make a bet. I bet $50 million they fucking kick it down to the appeals court and don't make a decision and delay it longer. $50 million. If I had $50 million.
After the way you asked that, is there a spider, like, writing all kinds of thoughts behind you there?
Motherfucker piece
No,
of
seriously.
Shit.
You had a snort in there.
I know. Well, goddamn it, it's fucking hilarious.
It was a snortle.
If I don't fucking bawl right now and burst out in tears,
well,
then you got to make it funny because
we already
it's
have
just
a bet
so,
going. I'm 1 for 1.
They're so fucking compromised.
I'm a one-time
it's
better.
so awful.
I bet until the bet's done, I got a 1 bet going.
I know.
That's it.
You think Atlanta? I think documents will put him in prison. You think Atlanta?
Prison, yeah. Prison is the key word. Yeah.
Prison. I think the documents have put him in prison. The election interference is
We're
so...
going to be happy buying
no,
each
the
other a
election
beer,
interference is
it's
so...
only a beer. It's not 15 billion.
Jab, blow it.
I bet you $11 billion.
That oil.
I bet you $11 billion. SCOTUS pushes
$11 billion.
SCOTUS pushes it back down to appeals because they're pussies and they can't do it because they don't want the wrath of Trump.
I'm going to see your $11 billion, and I'm going to raise you 3 blood boys from Mad Max.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Computer says no.
That just means that they're just sacks of blood that I pump into myself so that I can refresh.
God, that's gross.
That's old. Old rich people do that. No, don't do that. That's a serious thing.
Honey, now
old
you're
rich
falling
people do
into conspiracy theories
No.
about how, Democrats eat baby.
Nope.
Hydrogen.
I'm not. This one is a real thing in Argentina. In Argentina, you can go and you can get
enough.
your blood
I don't want to
exchanged.
hear it. Don't even say it on my show because we'll get banned. Put fucking satire up or whatever. Because,
Throw it up, Tony.
Last time you talked about medical information, we got banned.
That's true.
So please don't. So, there's a couple other things.
Motherfucker piece of shit.
You know who's calling me right now is DirecTV. Should I put them on?
No, not during our show. They can fuck off.
I thought it might be funny to tell them that on the show.
No, so, did I even get to this? Did I get to that? No, I didn't get to any of this. All right, so...
Well, we still have time, so get to it.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out where I am, right? So, well, I'll leave that for the good news, maybe at the end. Scott Perry's facing a lawsuit keeping him off the ballot in 2024. Yeah, fuck you. For being an insurrectionist piece of shit. I want to see this shit fall down on many other
Howley.
members.
Josh Howley has got to come down on him. That
Ted Cruz, Ron Johnson, MTG, fucking.
Josh
wait.
Howley.
I have the best joke ever. Okay.
Okay.
MTG tweeted 123 because it was 12/31/23.
Only in America.
Right?
Yeah. Because Americans are dumb.
Somebody retweeted and said, "That's Marjorie counting her toes." And I thought I was going to die laughing for about a half an hour.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, they're all there. My sport feet. Like, I'm sorry.
3.
I thought it was so funny. I mean, come on. That was a burn of all burns. Like,
Yeah.
whoever said that won the
nice.
fucking...
You broke the internet today.
The shitter of the day.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Because
Very
now we're
nice.
calling it shitter because of X. Yeah. So I think that was great. There's 17 other states who are challenging Trump from being on the ballot, which I think is good. And that's it until I get to the fucking Jeffrey Epstein story, which is so fucking gross. No, wait a minute. I do have to get to this, which happened yesterday, and really nobody was talking about it. It was a blip in the news. Several state capitals were evacuated after bomb threats. Kentucky, Michigan, Georgia, Montana, Hawaii,
like it was organized.
Connecticut, Illinois, Minnesota, Idaho, and today there was more bomb threats.
There were.
So, like, I don't even, that was 10 or 11 states. I don't even know how many fucking states it's happened at. But everybody's like, oh, it's not a big deal because it was just threats and it was just an email. Or was it a test, people? Come on. You cannot just be like, oh, yeah, it's no big deal because nothing really happened and there was no blood and guts spilled yet. Come on,
Oh my god, my social media is still accessible, so it's not that
I
bad.
just get really mad because I'm like, you gotta read between the lines. This, in my opinion, this was a test.
That is the grumpiest looking motherfucker I've ever seen.
It was a test to see how fast it would get out, how far it would go, how many capitals it would actually hit. Oh, actually, we could do this just with a threat. Next time, it'll be the real fucking deal.
Well, they've done this, 14, 15 years ago.
Not this many states, capitals.
Not here.
At the same time.
14, 15 years ago, they did this in third world countries.
Yeah.
And there's a documentary about how they were really focusing, the misinformation and the disinformation bots and all that. And they were programming the algorithms in these certain areas to, people think it's how much harm can they do by putting an ad up that says vote for A instead of B? Well, the problem is that when you have so many people that are already voting for A, so many people already voting for B, they're not the ones that you're going for. You're going for the ones in between, and that's this subtle targeting that they do and the subtle marketing that they do. And they did this.
It's the fucking
several
information
times
that
over.
Paul Manafort gave to the fucking Russians to attack fucking, middle America, to be like, oh yeah, Donald Trump's great and Hillary Clinton's got a body count. You know who's got a body count? Donald fucking Trump, and it's 1.5.
1.5.
0.0.
Yeah. 400,000 people died first year.
Oh, 1.5 million.
Yes.
What you mean? Okay.
400,000,
gotcha.
and everybody after that, because Joe Biden got the fucking vaccines out, and everybody who died after that.
I just thought you meant 1.5 period, and I'm like, 1.5 people. Who is the 0.5? And then 1.5 million. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I understand that now. Thank you.
So do the math.
Negative.
Now you're an asshole. You got that?
I'm just sick
you're
of it.
An asshole.
So, by the way,
assholes out there.
Content warning people here. If you can't handle listening to stuff like this, I understand. If you want to leave, I get it.
Nation sometimes contains adult language.
This is gross, and it fucking upsets the shit out of me just to have to fucking read it.
Yeah.
But this is where we're at.
Yeah.
And this is what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And by the way, the only person who is in prison right now because of Jeffrey Epstein
Ghislaine.
Is Ghislaine. We call her Ghislaine here. Ghislaine. One woman.
Yeah.
One woman.
Yeah. There were a lot of
After
enablers.
all these... Okay. Ghislaine Maxwell could not have sold girls for sex without wealthy men
without
buying
access at Mar-a-Lago.
Girls for sex. I feel like more people should be mentioning that. Absolutely. How about, Aaron Rodgers, this whole Aaron Rodgers where he fucking did the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, and Jimmy Kimmel is going to probably sue him because he said Jimmy Kimmel was on the list.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel said, I've never met him, but he should absolutely sue the fucking pants off him.
Yeah.
But then there's
Aaron Rodgers
but then
is
hold
that
on.
Anti-vaxxer
But then you go
asshole.
then you go here. Yeah. Then you go here. Alexander Acosta gave Epstein a deal in 2008, and he spent just over a year in jail with a work release privileges, which basically gave him the keys to the fucking prison so he could walk in and walk out whenever he wanted.
Gave him a plea deal is what you mean. Gave him a deal. You said gave him a deal.
Yeah, but they call it a sweetheart deal where he had to spend the night.
He didn't have to play?
He had to spend the night in jail, but he could be out during the day as long as he wanted to. For just over a year. That was in Florida in 2008. So to resolve the allegations of How
is that a
work release privileges to resolve the allegations of child rape and sex trafficking, Acosta would go on to serve as Trump's labor secretary.
Yeah.
And also the only other person who's on the list who's running for president, RFK Jr. He's on the list. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the list.
I see dead people.
We know Slick Willie's on that list, too.
Yeah, so...
But we don't...
July
6th,
2019, Epstein arrested on federal sex trafficking charges after federal prosecutors in New York concluded that they weren't bound by the terms of the earlier non-prosecution deal that Acosta gave him in Florida.
Yep.
Days later, Acosta resigned as Trump's labor secretary amid the public outrage over his role in the Epstein sweetheart deal, letting him walk in and out of jail when he felt like it.
He went to the island.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is so gross. So there's another report that came out from Mar-a-Lago, which I thought was quite interesting. Trump has quietly removed the painting that was kept in the lobby of the spa at Mar-a-Lago of himself and Jeffrey Epstein wearing towels, high-fiving each other with a little brass plate on the frame that says, "We get older, they stay the same age."
Think I'm gonna barf.
Fucking disgusting.
Think I'm gonna barf. Think I'm gonna barf.
You want this motherfucker back in office? He's hanging around with fucking Epstein for fucking 25, 30 fucking years. going on the Lolita Express. There's pictures of him all over the place with these little tiny girls. They look so young. It's so gross. So the flight log was released last night, and with like over 150 names in it, and the fucking website crashed immediately.
Combine that with the Stern interview where he says that he's walking around Miss Teen USA.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Teen USA, guess what?
Yeah.
That's 15 years old on up. Miss Teen USA. He is bragging about looking at naked underage girls and walking around and enjoying it.
So we know that Dershowitz and Ken Paxton and a bunch of single name females with no last name.
Virginia Goyfrey went
Bob
against
Gold,
Dershowitz.
Aaron Nance, Prince Andrew. And then we also know that Epstein, this also came out, that Epstein, in that document, Epstein would charge passengers to change the name on the log. So if you don't want your name to be in here, you have to give me
Trump
money.
was so cheap that he didn't pay to change his name on the log.
And this is I was watching Hal last night, and he was breezing through this. So there'd be like Congressman Tom McMillan and, you know, George Mitchell.
An unidentified guest.
Somebody Koppel, but not Ted Koppel. Russian names. And then there'd be like Oliver Sacks. Well, like Goldman Sachs or an E.T. over and over and over and over and over and over again. E.T. I'm like, is that Eric Trump?
Eddie Torres, the extraterrestrial.
S.K.A.P. B.J. You know what I mean? J.L.B. V.C. T.D.
If you have to ask what a
and
TD
LV,
is,
and all these
can't
people,
afford
like all of a sudden, it became all initials.
Yeah.
So you didn't know who the fuck they were. So all I'm saying is like, it was really, really gross. And when Hal went through it last night, it'd be so like gross. He was scrolling through like, I don't know, 99 pages of the shit.
So gross.
It would be like female, just one female. It'd be like Epstein, Donald Trump, and one female, but no name.
Right.
Or it would just be like Veronica or
Victim
this
968.
or this or that. Just like one name, like
Right.
Stephanie or whatever. You know what I mean? Like no last name.
No.
And by the way, these are only. This is only a few, like, this is only from, when was that? I have it written down. 2096, or 1996 to 2005. So we don't even
What color
have.
did you want your casket?
After this.
Right.
And by the way, he was arrested in 2008.
Yes.
Statewide. And then federally in 2019. So all this shit was going on 96 to 0. It's gross. The number of women that they fucking abused is so gross.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
And when you read
Holy shit!
There was a transcript, and I wrote it down, but I don't think I have to read it. It's too gross.
Yeah.
You know.
We're not here to give the details
No,
on it. We're here to talk about the disgustingness of it and the fact that nobody can say Trump wasn't there, Trump wasn't part of it. You can't say that now. You just can't say that.
No.
Trump, a known fraudster and a known sexual abuser,
predator.
was there after giving, and during this period was giving interviews to Stern, talking about, looking at underage girls naked.
Yeah, in Russia.
All of this.
In Russia at the teen pageant. I mean,
It's nuts.
God.
It's nuts.
If people can't put this fucking shit together, I feel sorry for them. They have no fucking I don't know, cognitive abilities. I don't know what the word is. Like,
fuck me gently with a chainsaw. I don't want to know what their issue is if they can't figure this out. If they can't figure that dude is evil as all fuck all, I just don't want to talk to you.
Because that means you're just like him and just as evil.
Holy Jesus.
That means that you require all kinds of hand walking through shit that I am not going to do. So I'm just going to pay you your tip.
And just like before, we were talking before the show, we have, remember all the ladies in the house. I'm sure you remember Victoria's Secret.
All the ladies.
No, the pink line. The pink line.
Pink line from
Victoria's Secret started by Jeffrey Epstein because
the
guy who owned Victoria's Secret gave him the company for $1, and then also gave him another property for $1. So we can only imagine what Jeffrey Epstein had on this old man.
Ladies, throw out your pink line from Victoria's Secret and don't shop at Victoria's Secret anymore because really they perpetuated this whole thing and tried to sexualize young girls, and that's not right. And if you want to stop sexualizing young girls, don't support the pink line and don't support Victoria's Secret.
Yep.
Game over, man.
Plenty other better companies out there anyway. So I just, oh God, it's been really disgusting and and then we wake up today, Democrats release only 2 years of Mazar's public records regarding Trump getting money from foreign countries during his 4-year term in office. We only have 2 years because he switched from Mazars, and Mazars would not do this anymore. But this is what they're accusing Biden of.
Yeah.
You know, he almost got $8 million in the 2 years, and it's the exact same crime they're accusing of Biden of doing. It's gaslighting projection on a fucking scale we've never seen before. Hold on. China, $5.6 million. Saudi Arabia, $600,000. Qatar, $4,500. Kuwait, $300,000. India, $300,000. Malaysia, $300,000. Afghanistan, $200,000. He was getting money and all through them staying at Trump Tower Hotel, Trump Hotel in D.C., Trump Hotel in Vegas, and Trump World Tower. Oh, this is only from 5 entities in 2 years. This doesn't include all the other.
Jared and all the Yankees.
Hold on,
$2.5 billion from the bone
I know. But this is just what they've been able to find in the 5 businesses that he owns out of the 500 LLCs. Actually, he has 1,500 LLCs.
Truth be
it's more like
told,
500 companies.
496 of them have all gone bankrupt. So
I'm just saying, when they accuse...
Nobody's eating Trump steak.
Every time they point a finger at somebody else, there's 3 pointing back at you? Every time you point the finger at somebody else, there's 3 pointing back at you. Because, we got hit copyright hit for that last time. So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're gonna, because oh my God. But this motherfucker's taking fucking almost $8 million from like every Asian country there is. Philippines, United Arab Emirates, Kazakhstan, Thailand, Mongolia, Lebanon, Albania, Kosovo, Turkey, Hungary, Cyprus. I mean, he's taking money from all these fucking countries, and they're like, but Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and Joe and their $200,000 like repayment of a loan.
I put cheap gas in my car this morning.
It's so criminal. No, this is criminal.
Because the whole world's
I
gone
put cheap
crazy.
gas in my car this morning. I drove myself up to the store where eggs were less than $2 a dozen.
Just can't. with
Got
these
myself a
motherfuckers
couple of
anymore.
steaks.
5 eggs. 5 eggs.
Well,
That's criminal.
5 eggs times 2 plus 2. So
Yes, those are my notes, and I use highlighters for every different. Yellow is Trump.
I get her different color highlighters, by the way, just for. I know they're going to
What's
get
that,
used.
Tony?
Orange should be Trump.
I know, but my orange highlighter, the only one I had, ran out of ink.
I'll get you more. I'll get you more. My day job has these things like these like where so like office supplies. So I'll just walk over to that and like well, there you go. I'll grab you a handful of the orange.
Yeah, I have 20 million yellow
Cheeto chap.
highlighters,
Cheeto chap.
but not
Cheeto
enough.
shirt.
You can't find orange highlighters anymore. Well, I haven't been able to. Anyway,
It's because of him.
Yeah. Because everybody's highlighting their shit in orange when it comes to Trump.
Yeah, to Che Cheeto. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Che Cheeto shirt.
No, I just get to the
Fluffy
point.
pillows
I'm
kiss
still
my ass. Put that
every
in your
day.
book.
Put that in your book.
I talk to my friends. I talk to Mark P. I talk to Adam Westish. I talk to, Andrea and Benny Loco and other people. And I just go, I'm still on that teeter-totter. I still go through this thing where I feel like Tony's getting a phone call.
Thank you, Tony.
I still
Very
feel
professional.
like it could be about work, and I have no complaints. I go through this roller coaster. I keep talking about this.
Yeah.
Where I go, holy shit, he's going to go to jail. There's no way he can keep getting away with this. He's committed so many fucking crimes.
2 days later, how the fuck did he get away with that?
It's more like 20 minutes later. I'm going, holy shit, he's going to get away with all this shit. And
possible,
and
yeah.
he could be president again. And we're super fucked.
Yeah.
Oh,
All of which
God.
is true. We really have to focus on the young people and make certain that they outvote the old people. Because I'm hoping that the old people are they're buying the Donald Trump story. And here's what I mean by
The
that.
older people went through World War II.
But
their parents died in sacrifices, their aunts and their uncles. They may not have been in themselves at this point because we lost most of our vets from World War II by now.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that they saw their families go through the sacrifices in order to fight fascism. How they can see this again is
a lot of them voted him in.
But it's Fox News. Fox
I know.
News.
I know.
Motherfuck. Fox News did a whole 10, 15-minute segment on the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, but it was only
about
Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew's face.
Yes.
They never mentioned Trump once.
Even though he's mentioned 50 times throughout the thing.
Oh my God, it's so fucking infuriating.
I think
I know.
nice. They all
Mark
deserve
P,
to be
that's
in
why I
jail.
watched down
Yeah.
Below Deck. I love you, brother. I'm catching up. I don't really get a chance to watch the chat while we're talking, but now I do. I'm through my notes, and we've got 20 minutes left.
A bit, yeah.
And actually,
20.
Hal Sparks, it's a traveling day for him. So he's not going to be on tonight. We could stay on late if we wanted to.
Well, yeah, you can if you want to, but I've got fast food I got to have before I get home.
Oh. Is that your deal?
No. I just felt like throwing that out there. So we've got this whole interesting aspect in this country where people are so cult.
I'm sorry.
People are so much into
one.
their cult that they're not looking at anything else. And I'm wondering, are we going to be able to break away from this, like, partisanship and get back to a bipartisanship in any way, shape, or form, do you think? Because if we don't, I think we're fucked. And that's what we got to look for in future politicians, is those who are willing to reach across the aisle to the crazies.
The ones who have gotten voted out. So you're
not Buttigieg. Buttigieg is doing good.
No, I'm talking about on the right. The people who were willing to reach and say Donald lost the fucking election. The ones who were for truth and democracy are retiring
and getting voted out.
Or getting voted out.
Yeah.
In their red districts, their red gerrymandered districts. I say there are more of us. And that's what keeps bringing me back to normal on my roller coaster. Now I feel like I'm going back down a straight road and there's no twists and turns. There's more of us than there are of these radical, fucktard, racist pieces of shit that crawled out from underneath their fucking rocks.
But
when Donald Trump said it was okay to come out,
they all vote?
I don't think so. You know why? Donald Trump keeps saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All the voters, it's all rigged.
And
so
that's what I'm hoping is going to bury the right.
They're going in.
They're not going to vote.
Those voters in their mind are going, doesn't matter if I vote or not.
Exactly.
Because it's all rigged anyway. And they can keep on their conspiracy theory with lizard fucking people and all this horse shit.
He threw those conspiracy theories in front of them as far as, like, they are now disenfranchised as far as voting. They might not vote in nearly the numbers that they voted before
and that's
because of it.
Yeah, and exactly my point. He tells his supporters, it's all rigged. He's already talking about how it's rigged now.
Yeah.
Against him.
Of course.
No, it's not rigged against you. You are facing consequences for the illegal shit that you did for 4 years. We're going to, talk about cleanup on aisle 45. We've been talking about for 8 years. We're going on 8 years. I'm including 2015 while he was running. When all of us were saying, this motherfucker is a danger to fucking American democracy. Nobody would believe us. Especially the women. Especially the women who were screaming the loudest, going, this is not fucking good. But, we were being hysterical. And we were too emotional for politics. And that's why they didn't vote for Hillary, because she's too emotional for... Are you kidding me? Look at these snowflake assholes that are in the fucking Congress right now going, oh my God, they said one bad thing about me and I'm going to have to it's nuclear war.
Hey, where are the white women
Their
at?
butts are so hurt and so twisted that their white supremacist agenda is not working on us.
Yes.
It's not working. Not on us. It's working on a tiny little small percentage of people who still have their fucking heads shoved up their ass, who lost the Civil War, and they're still fighting the Civil War.
Anybody that carries a flag from the losing side
is a dumbass.
Is it A, dipshit, but B, also dangerous because they believe that somehow they could still win even though they're on the losing side.
Yeah.
You dick.
It's Trump's Fourth Reich.
Can you imagine driving around the United States of America 3 weeks after Pearl Harbor with a Japanese flag flying from the back of your pickup truck?
Ooh. You would be immediately executed.
How about no?
So now, when people are
They were
driving
put
around
in internment camps
with a fucking Confederate flag behind their pickup truck, why is that acceptable?
It was a battle flag.
Oh, it's a battle flag.
It was a battle flag.
That's what they say. It's a battle flag. We lost. We lost. We can't have a monarchy anymore.
Look at Mr. I want to own a slave over there.
We can't have a monarchy, and we can't have white supremacy anymore. We are victims. White men are the victims.
Why do you love the South, Tony? Why do you love? Why do you love slave owners?
You're gonna die, you
What's up with that?
You're gonna die.
White men are the victims.
Thought I knew you, bro.
Was it over when the
Thought I knew
Germans
you,
bombed
bro.
Pearl Harbor?
Fucking pussies. Grow a pair.
Vagina.
God, for fuck's sake, I got more fucking balls than these fucking right-wing dipshits with AR-15s.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah, it is a lot of words.
Nicely played, Tony.
And I'll fucking eat them if one of these pussies could actually, you know, see what real patriotism is. Is oh, I'm a patriot and I have my Confederate flag. You are no patriot.
The victim.
Oh, and I love that. The contradiction. Here we go. This is
still
beautiful.
outshoot him, too.
No, this is beautiful. The Republicans who are bitching about Robert E. Lee and all these other Confederate statues. Pardon me. Don't interrupt. All these right-wing motherfuckers who are bitching about ripping down Confederate statues are the same ones who turn around and say they were all Democrats who, you know, like this, like slavery and all this and bing, bing, bing and all that. Then why are you so upset that we're taking down statues of Confederates that were Democrats that didn't like slavery? But now you're really upset that we're taking them down because you're white supremacists, and now you're just called the Republican Party and
Fucking Democrat.
which I wouldn't even call them the Republican Party. I'd call them the MAGA right.
Fucking Democrat.
There's
the MAGA Fourth Reich.
That's the thing that we have to keep in mind is that there is
Hypocrisy.
always going to be a moderate
No, there's not.
aspect on either side.
No. There is no moderation.
That's the only way that we're going to get reaching across the aisle. We have to work with these people.
Brian,
we have to work with them at some point.
Brian, this is why you voted for Jill Stein.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Game
you
over,
thought
man. Game over.
Tony knows it's game over. Because you thought the lesser of evil was that bitch.
And you thought if I didn't vote for Jill Stein, I should have voted for Hillary Clinton.
Who's got no body count. Who did not fucking...
But I was never going to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Why?
Because if I wasn't going to vote for Jill Stein, I wasn't going to vote. My vote for Jill Stein doesn't take a vote away from Hillary Clinton.
Yes, it does!
No, it doesn't, because I was
never
going to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Oh, my God, people in the chat, will you please tell him?
I was never going to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Why? Why?
I'm telling you, because I didn't want to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Why?
I don't have to tell you anything past that.
You foolish, stupid man.
Yes.
We've had a lot of discussions around this before, but your assumption is that if I didn't vote for Jill Stein, I would have voted for Hillary Clinton. And if I didn't vote for Jill Stein, I just wouldn't have voted for the president in that year. I wouldn't have voted for Hillary Clinton. Still, to this day.
Adam West is
I've always stood by that.
voted for Nader.
Jesus Christ.
I went to school with Nader's nephew. Yeah, I did. But seriously, I mean, if your argument is that Hillary would have won if I didn't vote for Jill Stein, but I voted for Hillary, then your argument is no plus, because I would have never voted for Hillary. So if I hadn't have voted for Jill Stein, I just wouldn't have voted.
Know why.
So if I didn't vote the way that you wanted me to vote, you wouldn't have wanted me to vote at all.
I just want to know why you wouldn't vote for Hillary. What was the thing that said no fucking way?
I've said this several times before. Do you want to cover it again?
Her body count is what you said before.
Part of the body count, part of what was going on in Arkansas. I mean, there's a lot of corruption in Arkansas, and she was a big part of that.
Bullshit.
It's fascinating.
But it's the whole concept that, like, you know, she would have won if you didn't vote for her. But no, I wouldn't have voted for her if I didn't vote for her.
Only reason why Trump won is because he was up against a woman.
Maybe.
100%.
Oh, God. You guys make me sick.
Well, that's the whole...
Guys make me sick. All the ladies in the fucking chat.
The whole world gone crazy.
I voted for Hillary.
I did not vote for Hillary because she's a woman.
Yep.
As a matter of fact,
I know.
My dream.
Yes, it does.
My
all
whole
the
dream
ladies
ticket
in
would
here
have
were
been
fucking yelling at you too.
Okay, that's great. But all my dream ticket would have been Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg. That was my dream ticket to get through in this last run through.
No one's going to vote for a gay guy, dude. Jesus Christ.
Well, now
And
you're being a bigot.
No, wait a minute. Why would you not vote for the incumbent president? Who has done nothing but fucking great things for our country.
This is before he became the incumbent president. Before that, I said my dream ticket would have been Kamala Harris and Pete Buttigieg. Now that we're at where we're at, I'm, of course, voting for Biden. 100%. 1,000%. My vote is in for Biden right now, and we have 11 months until I have to vote.
Uneducated white
okay?
men. That's the problem.
Jill fucking Stein.
Uneducated white men.
It was years ago.
Holy
and it's because
shit.
I couldn't vote for
Holy
a Biden.
Shit.
Or I couldn't vote for a Clinton at that point.
5 eggs.
I'm voting for Biden now, but I wouldn't vote for a Clinton.
Shit.
That's true.
Doesn't anyone notice this?
stand
I feel
by
like
it.
I'm taking crazy
Hold on.
pills.
I have something to say here.
Really?
Yes. Just turn the time clock back a little bit. Imagine if Hillary won. Now, they've had these fucking Epstein airplane lists for a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And then if Hillary...
Would she have buried it?
No, Hillary would have won. If Hillary won, Trump would have released this. This would have been out immediately, and they would have been attacking Bill Clinton like a motherfucker. But instead, we had to wait until now to see it, because this shit was going
Trump's
on.
name is on that list, too.
Pardon me. From 96 to 05 are the records we have.
Mm-hmm.
Trump was not president then. Hillary was not president then.
Doesn't matter.
All I'm saying is that if she had won, this list of pedophile men would have been released immediately during her fucking presidency.
No, it's sealed in court documents.
It was. But there are judges who would have unsealed it and fucking contact. Don't even fucking fuck with me. So, all I'm saying, this list does no good to anyone. Epstein was a poison and a cancer on this country, along with Donald Trump and his fucking entire fucking family.
And Bill Clinton.
If any other people were on that list, if Bill Clinton did... The thing about Bill Clinton's trips, it was never to the island. It was always to China or somewhere else. It was never to Epstein's island, if you look at the fucking document. But, you know, the right wing is not going to fucking say that.
The big aspect...
They don't care that his trips didn't go to the fucking Epstein Island.
The big aspect...
They just put him in the fucking big category. But guess who was there? Prince Andrew. Right?
The big aspect of the list isn't the big names. We knew the big names before we came into the list. It's the smaller names from Dershowitz on down that has all kinds of people that are going to be committing suicide in the next couple of weeks simply because they don't want to face charges on this. I'm not saying that's a Clinton thing. I'm not tying any of that in together.
All I'm
just saying
it's
that
really
these people
easy for
are-
us
Yeah.
to be like, if Bill Clinton is on that list, fuck him too. If Bob
okay with
Menendez
that, yeah.
is a fucking agent for Egypt and Qatar, which we found out today,
Fuck
a
him.
story I did not get to today, guess what? Fuck him too.
Yeah, fuck Trump for
Okay.
being on the pedophile
Democrats are real quick to be like, fuck you
Fuck
if you
Dershowitz.
fuck up in our party.
I'm saying fuck them all,
Republicans
regardless of party.
protect them. Republicans are protecting Trump. They protected George Santos. They protect all these fucking insurrectionist pieces of shit that are in Congress right fucking now.
What's his number at? What's George Santos's number at for doing a
I
cameo?
don't care.
Let's get him to do a cameo for our
No,
show.
I
Yes.
won't put money in his pocket.
I will.
Fuck you.
If
You
it's
wanna
$100
spend your
bucks,
money?
I'll do it.
It's
$100
on
bucks,
you.
I'll do it.
I wouldn't pay him a fucking red cent, motherfucker.
It was $400 last time. I'm not doing it for that, but for $100, I will pay him to do an intro and outro for HBL Radio Nation.
It's bad. Elizabeth, the
Jorge Santos.
manifest said, who flew, not who fucked children. That's right. That's right. It's true. You didn't have to like brush elbows with Epstein to fucking be a pedophile. But the repeated...
The stories are, if you hung out with Epstein more than 4 hours, you were involved in one of the massages that he got from underage women.
I want to know, Bill Barr was the last fucking person to see him in prison. Less than 24 hours before he was found dead in his fucking cell. Bill Barr's daddy was Jeffrey Epstein's mentor and got him into the private girls' school where Jeffrey Epstein taught with no credibility, being a fucking teacher at all whatsoever. So Bill Barr's daddy. And then Bill Barr's the last motherfucker to see him alive before he's found dead. Let me just guess what happened there. How about this? Bill Barr's DOJ was the one who went into his mansions in fucking...
Bill Barr's a comedian. What do you mean Bill Barr's DOJ?
Bill Barr was the fucking department of... He was in Merrick Garland's fucking position right now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
When Trump
I
was in
thinking
office.
The comedian
Bill Barr. No, Bill Barr.
This whole time I'm thinking, why are you going on about the comedian Bill Barr?
God, he's not a comedian. You're talking about Bill Burr.
Yes.
Bill Barr. The cock blocker of a millennia. Was the one, his Department of Justice is the one who went in and confiscated all the info they could get out of Epstein's mansion, all the videotapes, all the compromising information, all of it. And it wasn't just the one in New York. There was one in Montana. There was, well, all the shit that was on the island. I don't know. And the Virginia, the Virgin Islands, where that island was, actually tried to go after these people, but all that shit shut down as soon as Trump was fucking POTUS.
They had access to all the servers and everything, but here's the fun part. Ghislaine was the only one that had the password. So they have access to the data files.
It doesn't mean shit. Fucking FBI can break that shit in fucking 2 seconds.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, a lot of it was from the 80s and from the 90s. It was on video. It wasn't on digital. There was a lot of reel-to-reel tapes going on back then. No, you couldn't do that. It was, yeah. Literally VHS recording.
Put that in your book.
You know what? That makes you an asshole. You got that? You're an asshole.
Now you're an asshole. You got that? You're an asshole.
Love that drop.
Yeah. Bill Barr definitely had a lot to hide, Celery. He covered up what? How many? Celery, can you give me a quick list? Was it the Iran-Contra thing? It was...
Oh, back to his days of being...
in the Bush administration.
An assistant. Yeah, he was part of Iran-Contra, yeah.
There were so much shit and shenanigans.
Iran-Contra.
I can't even remember all the shit that he was involved in.
The people that were involved in Iran-Contra either got cush government jobs or they got cush jobs on some of the news stations.
NRA.
Oliver North got a job on the CNN or some of the news stations, and he had this nightly news show that was going for, forever and a day. I mean, this guy made a shitload of money. And when you can pawn an Oliver North, teddy bear on your Oliver North show, you're fucking pawning some shit and you're selling some shit there.
It all started with Nixon. It's the same fucking thing happened.
Yeah, well, Nixon didn't put it up in, QVC type style.
But his
yeah.
buddy did.
At least Nixon had the decency to know he was
Agnew.
fucked.
Fuck you, Agnew.
At least Nixon had the decency to know he was fucked and to get the fuck out. The problem is...
But the people around him...
That's the problem is that
the problem is they never followed through. They should have totally followed through with the prosecution of him, regardless if he had fucking resigned or not. Because a criminal president needs to be held accountable.
That's right.
We've seen it over and over and over again.
And the anti-Semite.
You look at the fucking Bush's administration, both of them, Bushes. You look at Reagan. You look at Trump. You look at every fucking right-wing motherfucker.
Trickle down has made billionaires more billionaires and has made the working class the working stiffs.
Yep.
For a final word tonight, I'm going to wait for Tony's drop because he's so timely with him. For a final word tonight, I'm just going to say that my grandfather, he saw that Titanic. He saw him building it. And he said, this is going to sink. He was telling everyone around him, this is going to sink. He starts grabbing people around him.
Are you serious or are you joking?
And he says, this is going to sink. This
You're
is going to sink.
joking.
And then they kicked him out of the movie theater.
Yep, that's right. How about my good news is this. Just for your information, over the last 10 presidential administrations, 330 of the 335 indictments for criminal offenses were against Republicans. So both sides are not the same.
How many laws did they pass last year? The least of any Congress ever?
330 out of 335. All Republicans.
Isn't that fun?
So, yeah.
Was it over when
everybody can suck it when they say both sides do it? They can absolutely suck it. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Don't let anybody let you,
not say fuck and you.
Yeah. Don't let anybody be like, you're wrong. You're wrong. You just keep pushing your fucking message. You keep pushing the truth. We'll keep putting it out here in HBL Radio Nation every Thursday night, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time to 7 p.m.
Share with all your friends.
We like to call ourselves the
like and subscribe.
We like to call ourselves the
Warriors. Battles.
Well, you guys called yourselves the lighters, but what I'm saying, we are the pre-game to Hal Sparks show, but he's normally on after we are. But tonight, he's traveling and is not going to have a show tonight. But we're going to cut out anyway.
Because
and we
I
love you
am
guys
not
so much
one of your fans!
for hanging out with us. Kellahella, Gen X George, Chris, Elizabeth,
thank you, Steve.
Adam Westish, Celery 08. Who else is in here? Paul. Our buddy Paul. Michael, you're new. I haven't seen you before. Elizabeth, of course, we love you. Elizabeth from Colorado, you need to reach out because we need your contact info. We need somebody in Mountain Standard Time. Anyway, John Deff, hey, you guys, I just want to thank you so much, really, for showing up here and hanging out with us. It's like, it's my release, and I hope you guys feel it too when I get to, just bitch at the world.
I wanted to
and
go
all the
home.
Shenanigans. And you're going to Spy Kinar. I know, I love you too, babe. Bye, lighters. By the way, we are the lighters to the sparklers. Can't have sparks without fire, bitches. I love you guys. We'll see you next